Hi, welcome to Dave's Corner of the World. Have a great day. Weight loss. Do you remember David Letterman? Late night TV show on some network, I'm not sure which. And there was Craig Ferguson right behind David Letterman. He was late night. I really enjoyed Craig Ferguson's humor. I thought he was a nice guy. Funny, I like him. So I watched him every chance I get, but back then I was working most of the time and had to get up early, so I didn't get a chance to watch him as often as I'd like to. One night I was watching him and his monologue came out. Guaranteed weight loss. No pills, no diet, no exercise, but you will lose weight. I guarantee it. Well, he kept on and kept on, you know, how those guys do. They try to get you really interested in it. Guaranteed weight loss. No pills, no diets, no exercise. You don't have to run a mile. You don't have to just eat a leaf of lettuce. It's really simple. Guaranteed weight loss. Well, of course, we was all waiting for the punchline or the answer or whatever it was. And if you remember Craig Ferguson, if you ever watched him, every once in a while he'd get right up in the camera, and he got right up in the camera and he says, guaranteed weight loss. Eat less, move around more. Wow. Now that was truly profound to me. It really was. I've never had a weight problem in my life. I've been retired for 5 years, more or less. For the 10 years previous to that, all I did was stand behind a video camera and videotape high-end horse shows. So I wasn't moving around more, but I was eating more. And 5 years ago, I never got on the scales when I was the heaviest I ever was in my life, but 5 years ago, I probably weighed right at 200 pounds, which isn't very heavy, but for me it was. I didn't feel comfortable. I started working here at the KOA in Alamogordo, New Mexico, so I was moving around a little bit more. Well, my wife, she was a good cook. I like to eat. So I still wasn't eating less, but I was moving around more. What does that mean? Eat less, move around more. Well, that means to me, instead of having 3 scoops of ice cream for dessert, only have 2 scoops of ice cream. Instead of having 2 helpings of mashed potatoes and gravy, maybe only have 1 helping, or 1.5. Eat less. Well, move around more. What does that mean? No, that does not mean go jog around the block. What that means to me is walk out to the mailbox twice instead of once a day. Sure, the second time you're not going to find anything because you already got it the first time, but move around more. That doesn't mean you have to walk 500 yards one way and 500 yards the other. Some people can't. If all you can do is walk 150 feet and back, walk 150 feet and back. Move around more. That's all that means. Anyway, in about 3 years, between eating a little bit less and moving around a little bit more, I went from right at 200 pounds, I don't know if it was 198 or 202, but it was right in that area. Somewhere it had to have been. I was down to between 150 and 160 pounds. This morning I weighed 156. 2.5 years ago that I got to that weight. And I've stayed here ever since. I feel fantastic. 67 years old. My body works fantastic. Oh yeah, when I bend over, it takes a little while to bend over, and it takes a little while longer to bend back up straight. I feel like I'm 50, 55 years old. This last few weeks I worked with a guy that was 55 years old, and he's pretty fit. And I hung there with him all day long. I feel great. I'm not taking any vitamins. I'm not taking any medications of any kind. Once in a while when I work really hard, I stiff and sore when I get home. I'll take a vitamin A, maybe two. Well, actually, I call them vitamin A. Most people call them Advil. But I'll never, ever, ever take more than two at a time. And then it'll be at least 2 or 3 days before I'll take another one. That's the only medication I've had for years and years. I live in the desert now, but when I didn't live in the desert, I had allergy problems really, really bad. So I take some allergy medicine. But I haven't had any of that for, I don't know how long. I don't know when the last time, I suppose basically since I moved here 5 years ago. Eat less, move around more. Now is that simple or what? See you next time.